And what's up, YouTubes? How's it going? This is DarthTom, about to do what hopefully should be a continuation of what I started back in January. Playing a League of Legends game here with ya. Doing a little bit of some ARAM. Pretty much playing as Vayne, or also known as Vivane Main, as some people like to call it, particularly my roommate, but whose name is 50 Shades of Grey. But pretty much, as I said before, hopefully this will be a continuation of pretty much what I started way back in January. And basically I took a little bit of a long break during the first part of May and into really June. So, but I'll get into some of the reasons why essentially I took a little bit of a break. Some of them totally understandable, some of them not really, as pretty much Lucian got a first blood. Not too good a start. Alright, so looking at our team, pretty much we have Kog'Maw. Of course, I'm playing as Vayne main, as I mentioned before. We have a Renekton, a Jinx, and a Lucian. And I'll get into the enemy team in just a moment here. And I pretty much got frozen up there, but pretty much partly the reason why I essentially took kind of a long break without you guys relatively knowing about it was pretty much, one, I was kind of lazy and I didn't really necessarily have anything essentially to do with recording and stuff on YouTube. Two, I was kind of partially in the transition of moving. What is currently now my new apartment. And pretty much I essentially hate moving. It's definitely not my favorite thing to do. Yeah, not having the most greatest game ever, as I have died two times in 3 minutes. Not doing so hot, but to be fair, pretty much Renekton is also sucking too, so screw him too. And two, I essentially did try to record something back in June, but apparently, and don't ask me why, but I decided to bite the bullet and try to, as I'm DCing here, basically I tried to venture into getting myself a Windows 10, which is quite honestly quite an upgrade, at least in my eyes, pretty much to pretty much Windows 8.1, at least in my eyes, I think. But apparently pretty much the recording software that I usually use for PC games, which was Fraps, pretty much doesn't really like Windows 10 all that much. and I am about to get ransacked here. At least not yet. Yeah. Yeah, at least I have 3 assists at this point in the game. But so there was that. Pretty much, I tried to record some GTA 4, and of course, the moron that I am, pretty much, I didn't test it out first to make sure that I was actually recording it, and pretty much only Fraps only recorded pretty much only audio and not the whole bit with the audio. Video. God, can't even say anything. And pretty much, I believe I recorded at least a good 3 episodes worth of content for GTA 4. And pretty much when I looked at it, pretty much I only saw a black screen of stuff. Of course, it showed both of them pretty much in the original AVI file, which is essentially a really huge ass file to do. And I did not really have the patience or the time to wait for it to pretty much get uploaded to YouTube because pretty much my roommate uses also the internet too, and that would not be fair to him to wait on me to send some like 30 megabit video, basically pre-rendered stuff. Of course, I don't get the assist for that. Well, I don't get the kill. I don't get the kill for that. Yeah, still a little rusty. Still quite a bit rusty, but yeah, that's alright. And essentially, pretty much, I was kind of looking for a new kind of recording software anyway, but I was kind of being stubborn. I was being kind of stubborn. So pretty much that's mostly all the reasons why pretty much I haven't uploaded relatively any interesting stuff to YouTube other than pretty much me doing karaoke videos or something. Covers of songs of me singing like a fool, the fool that I am. I don't mind doing it either, but it's just and pretty much essentially after pretty much I found new software called ASI. I don't even know what her alt even does. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Pretty much other than that, pretty much it's pretty much close to the end of July. Pretty much still working at my lovely job at Kohl's, and pretty much working at the same second job with the forum, redelivering newspapers to people. been pretty much off of. Pretty much I deactivated my Facebook account for pretty much reasons why I don't really essentially want to talk about. Sweet, finally got a kill. And got a double kill. Sweet. Might actually make out of this thing alive. Now that I actually have kills. Except that Timo hurts quite a little bit. And by the way, their team is Garen, Anasis, Sejuani, Nidalee, and Satan himself, Timo. He is evil. He is an evil rodent who deserves to die every single time. If he's the enemy, of course. If he's the ally, then pretty much he's obviously going to feed. And Nasus already has about 186 stacks. Of course, they did buff his Q in ARAM to 6 stacks for minions. And I died, much to anybody's great surprise. But they did essentially buff his Q to 6 for minions and then 9 to champions, I believe. I think it was like 186 to 195 at one point there. But let's see here. Usually with Vayne, usually I have to go AD and CC critical chance, by the way, in case none of you guys know what I'm talking about. But sweet, got a kill there. So I'm pretty much looking at score-wise, pretty much they're up by 4. We haven't really damaged their turret by a lot. We're pretty much down a little over 50% for our turret. So it's starting to look up a little bit for us, but not quite a bit. Not by a long shot. Pretty much her attack speed is pretty key too to becoming a successful Vayne main, also known as Slut Muffin. If you've ever watched the YouTube video, a very funny YouTube video of her. On girls love being called Slut Muffin. And I killed Satan. Sweet. I've been playing Pokemon Go for pretty much really since it got released earlier this month. And pretty much I'm already at level 20. And pretty much the whole game itself has been pretty much released since the 7th, 8th, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But Um, Alright, now I'm starting to get a little bit of a rhythm with her. Definitely not one of the champions I ever really play a lot. Pretty much I still play the Malzahars, the of the world, the Luxes, the Nasus's, and heck, even been starting to get into playing Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath himself, the Ravager of the Void. I believe also Malzahar's pet, if I remember right, according to the lore. Not the hugest. I don't usually read up on the lore all that much, but yeah, I should have got Teemo, but yeah, I failed that. Yeah, it looks like it's 4v5 pretty much. Or Lucian pretty much kind of said bye-bye on us, and that it's annoying, you know. I mean, when you're playing pretty good, even though you started off 0-4. It's a difficult pill to swallow. I mean, to say the least, but and just doing a little dancing there, since the Nasus was dancing. Rats. Rats. Oh well. It's pretty much a lost column for me in this one, but at least I'm not a bottom feeder. I like this Renekton, who's pretty bad, and pretty much I did play pretty bad Renekton the other day. Of course, I didn't record that game. I pretty much played a pretty piss poor example for a Renekton, who's usually pretty good champion to play. Not the most easy champions, but I could go for Teemo, but pretty much he's really in that pocket, and I don't essentially want to kill him just yet, not unless essentially the four of us can somehow miraculously defeat all these OP champions. I mean, pretty much Sejuani has 3.5k health, and then there's Teemo. I mean, pretty much if we... Yeah, pretty bad. I agree too, Jinx. I agree. Oh, I got him. I got him. I killed him. And pretty much try to get them to report Lucian free AFK. And I don't even think he even tried to avoid that. I wouldn't blame him either. Just so bad. Just, I mean, I did play pretty bad too for the first part of the game, but pretty much I did okay. Not too bad. Alright, well, hopefully this will be the beginning of a lot more videos, and I'll try to do more videos like this in the future, and I'll try better next time. So until then, see ya.